yeah, baby. Hey, she.
High-stakes talks, but we're following breaking news tonight. 21 hours behind closed doors, and tonight, no deal. High-stakes talks between the U.S. and Iran have ended without any agreement.
Tonight, the U.S. delegation is headed home from Pakistan empty-handed. Vice President Vance spoke briefly this evening, but did not say what will happen after the 2-week ceasefire agreement expires, the war now entering its 7th week. So far, the Iranians have refused to accept American terms for them not to develop a nuclear weapon.
Their nuclear program, such as it is, the enrichment facilities that they had before, they've been destroyed. But the simple question is, do we see a fundamental commitment of will for the Iranians not to develop a nuclear weapon, not just now, not just 2 years from now, but for the long term? We haven't seen that yet. We hope that we will.
Tonight, Iran is demanding the release of billions of dollars in frozen assets, security guarantees against future attacks, and the end of Israeli attacks against Hezbollah in
Arena shortly after 9 o'clock to watch the bout. He was accompanied by the UFC's president and several members of his family. Dana White, of course, there to his right, our left president.
All right, so Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakurash, obviously. The one is the apostle, a great millstone, the Tom that's in 100% truth, the Lord's name. Peace and safety, brothers, that they push the truth under the four corners. Yahweh being the Father's name, Yahweh Shai being the only begotten Son name, all right? Who the world incorrectly calls him Jesus Christ, all right? Ignorantly, out of lack of knowledge. But you see the title, No Peace Deal Made by Iran. This is not going to be no peace, all right? A few scriptures popped in mind. Let me get this. All right, so Isaiah 48:22 reads, "There's no peace. Say of the Lord unto the wicked." The Lord says there's no peace, and it's not gonna be no peace because the Lord says there's no peace. All right, so there's not gonna be no peace deals. There's only gonna be war. All right, that's plain. That's a plain straight cut straight to the point. Isaiah 48:22, there is no peace, saith the Lord. All right, so there's not going to be no peace unto the wicked. Who's the wicked? So the Edomites. All right, those so-called white men. First Thessalonians 5:8 actually popped into mind. First Thessalonians 5 verses 8. I think it's 13. I think it's second. Maybe second. When they say peace and safety, that's what I'm getting at. When they First Thessalonians 5:3. For when they say First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3. For when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. All right, that's how it's going to be. When these politicians are claiming this peace and the safety, peace deal, oh, it's a ceasefire, safety. All right, that's when destruction is going to hit. And that's when it's deadly the most, because you're not thinking that destruction is going to hit. So it says, for when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So there's going to be more peace talks, more treaties they're trying to make, but ultimately they might come to agreement, but it's going to be destruction ending that peace treaty, right? So just stay watchful and be sober, right? So that was just a little quick hit, you know. I don't want to keep that too long, so just keep your eyes open and shalom.